Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Zay from the What They Want podcast. We got snow in the back right there. We just wrapped up an episode. But before we begin this episode, I did want to let you guys know that for the first 7 minutes or so, we ain't got no video, dog. Listen, it ain't a big deal for real. We got some slideshow. And then about 7 minutes in, we got some video of the man, the myth, the legend himself, JDiggs. Listen, man, we are super excited for this episode. Watch it all the way through. Comment your favorite moment right now. And we'll catch y'all next episode on the What They Want podcast. It's me, your boy Danny D. It's Snow. We out.
I'ma give them what they want. She gon' give me what I want. I'ma give them what they want.
Oh, man, what's the deal, man? Late night edition. What They Want podcast. DJ Royal, Snow. We got a special guest this evening, man, straight from the Bay. Hood legend.
Yeah, where JDiggs at?
Hood legend in the building, man.
What's it?
JDiggs came through the funk with us. How you doing tonight, man?
Good, man. I'm good, man. Appreciate y'all inviting me.
Oh, yeah. We know you a low key type of guy, so we had to reach out, so see what we can do here, man.
Oh, we made it happen. Late night in Kansas City.
Yeah, sir. We're gonna jump right into it, man. Kansas City, you out here a lot, man.
Yes, sir.
What brought you to KC?
It's the love. It's the love. That's what continues to bring me back. You know, first time I ever stepped foot in Kansas City was November 1st, 2004. Day Mac Dre died. It's my first time ever even seeing Kansas City.
Really?
Yeah, 2004. And so that was the first time I came here. And when I came here, then nobody know who the hell JDiggs was.
Right.
I didn't have music on the ground like that. I think I had just probably released my first album, so nobody know who I was. But you know, and afterwards it was after Dre passed, it was it was us taking over the movement and pushing and keeping it live. I was passionate about the rap shit.
Right.
So that's what I did. I got into my rap game and being Kansas City was one of our cousins, you know, I focused on it. I made sure that I came back. You know, this is where I got a lot of love for it. Throughout my whole career, bro. KC has always shown me love, so I'm continue to come back. And that's the Kansas side and the Missouri side.
Okay, a lot of people don't know that. Everybody think that they just fuck with the Missouri side.
Nah, man.
We over on the Kansas side,
man,
all of us here, man. So we appreciate the shout out for that.
Yeah.
Touched on Mac Dre a little bit, man. Who was Mac Dre to you?
That was my best friend. It's like my brother, you know. And it's crazy because a lot of people, you know, so Dre, of course, he started Thea's Nation and shit, but we was a crew, and our crew was the Romper Room. So a lot of people misinterpret as Dre as the head of our crew. No, Dre was the head of our rap label, and that was my dude. Like Dre was really in the streets. Dre did all the shit that he talked about, you know, and he also was my co-defendant. You know, me and Dre went to prison together in 1992. Me, him, and my little cousin Kilo. So we experienced a lot. I was 19, Dre was 20, and he got 5 years, I got 10 years, and you know, so and he was also probably one of the most loyal people I ever met in my life. And I say that to say this because he literally went to prison and had a chance to tell on me and go home, or keep his mouth closed and go to trial with me and take the lick. And that's what he did. Like, he's the only person that I really know that went to prison for something that he didn't do, for just keeping it 100, for not telling on his homeboys.
That was something that he had nothing to do with.
And that's why he on my body like that. That's why I rep him so hard. Like, niggas, y'all gotta understand, he did something for me that he could have sent me to prison for 40, 50 years and been home making records in 92. But in 92, he went to prison and got out in 97. And then he had to rebirth his career. And he waited for me to come home with open arms, you feel me, and brought me in and introduced me to the rap game and so forth. So that's why I go so hard for Dre. That's why it's Mac Dre forever with me, man. We had a different kind of bond.
That's real love, man. we fuck with Dre here, man. Tough, man. I was young. I was a jit when he passed, man. But feeling his legacy in the city from then on, man, it's unmatched.
And I know KC love Dre. And it's crazy because I get a lot of flack. Motherfuckers always go, "Oh man, Diggs, why you always going to Kansas City? Well, that's what Dre had." I'm like, man, y'all don't understand the love Kansas City had for Dre and the love they had for me. I'm like, man, do you stop going home when somebody on your block died? Like you gonna blame the whole city? Like you can't do that, man. I would never blame Kansas City for what happened to Dre. Like you feel me? Like I know the love. I know the energy every time I come. I've been coming here now. It's 20 years now. Yeah, 20 years I've been coming here now, man, and I've been embraced, and they know my music like they knew Dre music, and it's been love, man. They played Dre in the club last night. The whole club was up, gig, dancing, that's what it is. It's gonna forever be Mac Dre in this KC.
I don't dance a lot, man, but every time I go to a club, man, as soon as some Dre come on, I'm out there getting to it, man. Cause
you smoke it?
Nah, I'm good, bro. Appreciate it. Thinking back on that night or that morning when Dre passed, man. What's going through your mind as you get that call and booking your flight to get to the city, man? What's going through your mind?
It was first of all, it was a crazy time because see, I was on federal probation, so I couldn't go to the show, and it was, it was niggas from my crew out here. It was Coolio the Underdog. I want to say I don't know if Maul was here, but I think Mac Maul was here. Yep, Mac Maul was here. Yuck Mouth was out here. The Keek was here. It was a bunch of Bay rappers here. Okay. So I seen Dre right before he left and all the shit. And this back then, I was ism. I was into the, so I was in the bed with two of my bitches, literally laying with two females, and my cousin Kilo called me. It had to be probably about 7 a.m. Now, the crazy thing about this is maybe 2-3 months prior to Dre being killed out here, there was a rumor that got started to where, see, Dre didn't carry a cell phone, so Dre mom had called me. The rumor got so bad, Dre got killed. They was saying he had overdosed on some pills and all this old bullshit. So his mom had called me. It got that bad to his mom had called me like, "You talk to Dre?" And I'm like, "Man, he right here." She was like, "Man, listen, this is getting out of control." So it got to the point where we start going around to the radio stations in the Bay Area, like killing the rumor. Like he like, "Man, y'all thought 3 pills can kill Mac Dre? Y'all crazy? I'm alive." Like, who started this rumor? Like, so I had got this was not the first time, and literally prior to his mom calling me to put him on the phone, Kilo had called me like, "Cuddy, you talk to Dre?" He like, "They talking about Dre dead, he got killed." And I'm like, "Dre right here." So he had called me, Kilo had called me and asked me this before. And I'm like, "Man, so we was used to getting these calls."
Yeah.
So when Kilo called me the morning that it happened, he called me, it's probably like 7 a.m, 6, 7 a.m. Very earlier than that, actually, probably about 5, because it happened on Kansas City time. So I was laying in the bed. So he get the call and he like, "Man, he like, "Cuddy, they killed Dre in Kansas City last night." And I'm like, "Man, don't call me with this shit again, man. I don't got time for this."
Right.
Like, that's up, especially I'm half asleep. He like, "No, yeah, it happened. And I'm half asleep, but I'm like, "Bro, like, man, come on, man. I don't got time for this shit, bro. We went through this shit already, bro." He like, "Nah." And now it's starting to register. I'm like, "Man, Kilo, bro, don't play with me." And it finally clicked in. And at this time, bro, I done jumped up and it was food on the table from us going out, and I done swiped everything off the table. It's my best friend. Like, we done went through so much, man. I broke down. I really broke down hard in the room. Mind you, I'm on probation. That's why I didn't go. All that went out the window, bro. I was on the next flight. Out here. Had tapped in with Rich, let him know that I was on my way out here. Landed out here, bro, and I just was on some other time. I wasn't a rapper at the time, so I was I was just wanted to know what happened to my best friend.
You was going to work.
Yeah. And during that time, I built relationships with people out here, man, and it's been love ever since.
Okay, man. So I'm gonna say it's a rumor, because like I said, I was young when this happened. You know what I'm saying? So I really wasn't tapped into the streets and what really went down, man. But the rumor was that another KC legend, Fat Tone, had initiated all this stuff, and they had some words or whatever, and Fat Tone had
A song out. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I remember all that, man. And that was the word. That was all the rumors. And you know how people talk when and I talked to Fat Tone. I was one of the first people when I got here. Tell him, man, tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on. And he told me, man, he's like, Diggs, man, Dre, man, I done took Dre to meet my mama, Diggs. Like, we can get together and we can chop it up and all the shit. So, me and Fat Tone, we talked and after even just talking to him, and I could tell the tone had nothing to do with that shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? And then as time went by, it all revealed. Everything revealed itself. So, it is what it is. But yeah, rest in peace, Fat Tone. And we never believed he had nothing to do with it. But, of course, like anything else, we questioned and talked about it. But that was bro.
rightfully so, man. I mean, coming from where you come from, where I come from, the streets and shit. You hear a rumor, you gotta check. You gotta tap in with every angle.
Everybody, every angle.
Because you just don't know at the end of the day.
Especially when it's something as serious as death, man. You gonna check everything, man. Ain't nobody ruled out. Ain't nothing ruled out. Ain't nothing. You gotta figure it out until you find out.
Man. So coming forward, man, you really dive into the rap scene, man. There was a time where in all the house parties at the skating rink and everywhere, man, you couldn't go nowhere without hearing some digs. What really kicked off your rap career after something terrible like that happened?
Well, it's crazy because I was always a rapper. Like when I was in prison, that's what I did through prison, and that's really what motivated me to come home and do music. You know what I mean? So after I understand, I went to jail at 19 years old. Mm-hmm. So I got out at 30 years old, family. So here it is. I done lost all my prime years.
Right.
You feel me? So now it's like, what do you do? Plus I'm a ex-felon, federal, violent. Like, what kind of job am I getting? So when I came home like, I'm finna be a rapper. My bro is home. Dre doing his thing. He had a couple albums out. He had just switched the label from Romp Records to Thiz. He was under. See, when Dre came home from prison, he switched his whole style, his whole attitude. If you listen to his early music, he was real serious. Young black brother, too hard for the fucking radio. Yeah. When he came home, and he switched. And he started Thiz. Thiz was the fun music. That was the party music. We don't like broke bitches. We don't like brown weed. He started popping pills. And he was like the first rapper to come out and say, yeah, I pop pills, man, and I go crazy. And everybody, oh, you do it too? Then everybody started, I do it. And it was just a pill movement and started a whole, started a whole movement. He started a whole movement, man. He was a godfather of our hyphy movement in the Bay Area. You feel me? So that was a big time. So when I came home, I had an avenue, you know what I mean? It was just getting started. Mm-hmm. The whole Thiz movement was just getting started, and I had an avenue, and I jumped right in it, and I ran with it. Like I was already, I felt like I had it. Being in prison, we would go to the yard every now and then. They would have talent shows, shit like that, and I would go and I would do shows, and it'd be certain people that was on the yard that wouldn't even come outside sometime. But when I performed, and because of my content and what I was talking about, they would come listen to Diggs. And they used to always tell me, little youngster, when you get out there, man, you need to put this shit out, man. This is what the streets need, man. They don't want to hear all that. You feel me? So they used to motivate me like, man, okay, I got it. They used to, man, when you get out, man, you go get on. And that was my whole, that was my attitude going towards the door. I was like that when on my way out the door. I was telling people, man, look for me on BET. You feel me? Because that's all we watched in federal prison at the time. Yeah. BET was the hottest thing going. And this was in the 90s, late 90s going into the 2000s. I got out in 2001, I think it was. So that was my whole attitude. I'm finna go out and I'm finna go crazy on this music. And I kept telling them, look for me. So when I got out of the prison, actually the first thing I was on before I even dropped the album was on a show on BET. It was called Old Drama. It was a talk show, and it was basically just like this. It was almost like a podcast, and they was talking about, what I had went through in prison, how I ended up there, and, my life in prison, and what I had planned to do when I was out. This was prior to any music being dropped or anything. I had went and did that. So, it was always a passion of mine. So, I was on Dre's last albums before he passed away. We had songs, so he was already introducing me to the streets. You know, so when he passed away, it was just like we got to keep this movement alive. So we created This Nation, and we started bringing in all the different rappers from the Bay Area, different areas of the Bay Area, Oakland, Richmond, San Francisco. We brought all that into a big circle, and we like, man, it's the nation now. We gonna work together, and we'd be better as a powerhouse. And that's when the Bay Area, we created our own movement, because we didn't have the majors over there signing all the artists and nothing. So we had our own lane as indies. And that's what we did. We ran with the independent movement, and then we had Ghazi over there. We had at the time, back even before Ghazi, we had a label called not even Rap Bay, but we had City Hall Records. So we had an independent distribution movement in the Bay Area way back in the really like the late 80s, going into the 90s, that gave us a pipeline that a lot of cities and states didn't have right there in the Bay Area. So that's why we had the early Too Shorts and E40s and
I was going to ask
Master
about that.
P's.
Yeah.
They had a pipeline out through the Bay Area through a little independent. It really wasn't even a rap label or nothing. It was a distribution company for just different kind of music. And they was just like, okay, well, we'll try this rap thing, whatever. And it worked for them. They doing our independence. So that's how we was able to pipeline and get music out here to the seventh heaven and all the music, because we had an independent distribution line in the Bay Area that we've always had. And then that's where Ghazi birthed. When digital came in, Ghazi came in, and he came in, connected with all of us. And I've been under Empire distribution since damn near the early 2000s when they first started, before a lot of these people even heard of some Empire, because we always had this independent pipeline.
So you think independence the way to go for artists now? Or
Definitely, yeah. I mean, it really was always the way to go if you had the, if you had the tools and you had the game to go independent. It was always the way to go. Now, don't get me wrong. The majors, what the majors do is they're gonna make you famous,
right?
And from there, it's up to you to make yourself rich. Which, if you got the fame, if you got the right management team, and everything, you should get rich. With this independent game, if you got your catalog together and you really establish a fan base, you're gonna get rich too.
Do you think it would be do you think it would be faster the independent way if you are a hustle like that?
No, the independent way is taking the stairs.
It's taking the stairs.
That's taking the stairs. The fast route is the elevator. Okay. And here, so here's what you get, right? I'm gonna give you an example real quick, right? So you get in the majors, okay? I'm gonna call let's call these major labels, okay? So when these artists go to the majors, right? It's just like pro basketball or football. You feel me? Some of them gonna come in and they gonna have 2-3 year career, and you're never gonna see them again.
Right.
Some gonna have a little longer, 5-10, and then every day now and then you're gonna get a GOAT like a Snoop and 50 and them. They got careers like that, right? So the thing about them is when they go to that level and they fall off, you don't hear from them no more. All them big goos. But when you got this independent movement, and you put years in this independent movement, you're gonna always be able to have a lane to go and do shows, and you got the Tech Nines, and you got the Andre Nicotinas, the Mac Dre's, you got the Rich the Factors, you got these dudes that got 30-year careers. But you look at dudes that then came and gone, whatever happened to Chingy, and whatever happened to all these different rappers, that whatever happened to Lil C, these dudes can't go nowhere and they was in the majors.
Yeah.
Let them dudes pull up into one of these cities talking about doing a show and see how many people come out. Because they was in the majors and they don't got that independent movement no more. So they just every now and then they don't still just run around the country and get bags. And
do you think that's because they were kind of spoon fed in the industry a little bit, and when they didn't really have to hustle once they made it?
Yeah, they got them big bags early in the game, and then when their careers fall off, you feel me? a lot of them, they not used to being able to go and settle for a smaller amount, or they think they too big, and then they get to the point, then they realize that when they do want to do it, they realize that, oh, you don't even got a buzz no more. You should have been doing this shit before. You should have created them lanes. You should have went to some of them smaller cities and them casinos and all the shit, because everybody not gonna stay at the top.
Right.
You feel me? So if they don't do that type of shit, they'll lose they buzz. They won't be able to do it later on in the game. They might have a song or a hit and every now and then go do something. But you look at dudes like Tech, bro. He's the master of the game. 30 years, bro. They still travel in the country. He's still one of the highest paid artists in the world.
Selling out shows.
In the world. Independent, though.
Yeah.
This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Let's put the eye on it. So it's a different ball game. And if you know how to successfully work your independency, you can get a lot more out of it, because these dudes, and then you gotta understand, the independent, you own shit. I own my whole catalog. See, when these majors and you doing music with these majors, and now you out the circuit and out the loop, you can't just go take their music and do anything. That's still their music too.
Right.
And when you doing shit with their music, they want their percentage. With us, we get to go do anything we want to with our music.
Put it wherever you want
wherever I want to, sell it to whoever I want to. Ain't no but percentages or nothing, bro. Ain't none of that. So it's important. It's important when you're an artist, really, to own your catalog. It's definitely important to own your catalog, bro. When these majors own all your catalog, then you pretty much, you sign to them forever.
Right.
And that's why a lot of these artists, they take them big buyouts, because they like, well, I'm already splitting my money with them. Woo. Let me just take this big old chunk of money if they got one of those kind of catalogs. Not every artist. A lot of people can sell their catalogs. Empire buy a catalog. A lot of these labels will buy a catalog. They'll buy the smaller artist catalog if they doing a nice kind of numbers monthly that they looking at. They know what's coming in. They doing 10, 20,000 a month, 30,000 a month, and they like, okay, this steady, because them checks stay steady, bro. Music don't stop selling, bro. From your first song to the song you make today, music is always selling, bro. I go and look at my list of all shit. From my whole first album, every month it's still getting streamed and selling. So when you own a catalog and you got that, and you got 20 years worth of music, bro, you're going to keep getting a nice check every single month. So that's important. Now, when you splitting that check with a label over here and production over here, you got all that, then it's a different ballgame.
So let me ask you this. Being independent, does it cause you to want to tour a little bit more, because you get paid on all your music for every stream, whereas you don't have to tour as much to go get a bag?
Hashtag Diggs do it moving. That's all I do.
I feel it.
My life is a tour. Yeah, that's what I do, bro. I just had 3. I just came off 3 shows in 3 cities. This is the 4th day. Yeah. That's what I do. And that's the luxury of being an independent. Yeah, I don't get as much money as a major artist do per show, but they're not getting as many shows as me at them numbers. A lot of them, and then like I say, a lot of them, they get their run, and then once they do this, that shit, they just disappear.
Yeah.
Like they just disappear. A lot of artists got about 4 or 5 years, and then. You feel me? Look at the classes. Look at how they come and go. Some of them will last, and some of them just disappear. You'd be like, damn, whatever happened to so-and-so? I wonder, damn. You feel me?
Yeah.
They come they'd be just like that Double XL magazine. They'd be like, damn, man, what happened to so-and-so that was on the cover a couple years ago? Disappears.
Yeah, you barely hear about any of them on there.
Yeah, you gotta be a standout artist, bro, to get a real good run. But like I say, if you develop and we really specialize in that. You wanna know who the longest running rapper in the history of rap music is that's still relevant today?
Who's that?
40 Water?
The godfather of the Bay Area.
Too Short.
He
got 40 years?
He dropped his first album in 83. Too Short is the first person I ever heard cuss on a record. You understand? I was in junior high or something, young, and when I first heard Too Short rapping, and he's still dropping albums to this day. He still sells out shows in Vegas to this day, bro. You know how many people then came and gone? They can't do none of that right now since Too Short. And then comes E40. E40 right behind him. These is all dudes that got independent movements. They've been running through all these cities where you're not going to see no Jay-Z at. You're not going to see no Jeezy at. You're not going to see Snoop Dogg at. When you get through these little cities, and you feel me? When you get through them cities, when the last time Snoop Dogg been here?
Shit. When he got ran out from Lawrence.
It was 3 years ago.
Yeah, when he got booed out of Lawrence. Yeah.
But see that, but my point being, and that's just they gonna hit the major city in the state. They not gonna go through all the. You feel me? I went through St. Joe's yesterday, picked up a bag. KC. I goes through Topeka. I goes through Wichita. I goes through all these different cuts as an independent artist. Right. You feel me? My bag gonna add up.
Right.
You feel me? So when you got that kind of movement and you go through there and they know they doing, a lot of these cities is doing what they can afford. They can't afford these major artists, but they city gonna come out like the major artists is there. You gonna get the love when you come to town. You definitely gonna get the love. So it's all about it's all about how you rock it, bro. A lot of these dudes, they have the ball and they don't got the right team around them, and to get them out their city, you gotta it's cool you cracking in your city, but you gotta get to doing it moving. You feel me? You got to get somebody around you. If you don't know how to do it yourself, you got to get somebody around you know how to take you to other places and other, go shake hands and kiss babies. You know what I mean? You got the same thing the president doing, man. You got to move around.
I told a lot of my partners that they're artists and whatnot. I said, man, y'all got a following in the city and just outside. You got a sound. You just got to get on the road. And I'm like, man, we got a bunch of like junior colleges right around here. You know what I'm saying? Man, hit a bar every weekend in them little cities. Build your fan base up. Next thing you know, you're going to elevate to the next level. Don't nobody want to listen to what I got to say, though. I'm a nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, shit.
It's a grind. It's a grind like anything else, bro. It's definitely a grind, especially if you ain't just did nothing, had no viral moment and everybody jumped on you. You got to grind. Yeah, we grind. Me and like I said, it's with us. It's the stairs. You feel me? Me, Rich the Factor, certain artists, we took the stairs. A lot of artists take the elevator. You feel me? They blow up out of nowhere. You see them every day. You can see artists every day blow up out of nowhere. Right. But as fast as a lot of these artists blow up, they're gonna go away.
They're gonna fall.
You're gonna turn around in a few years and you're not gonna see them no more. You're like, damn, it's crazy. Yeah. It's just what it is. It's just like it's like pro sports, bro. Some dudes, they top picks in their league and they come in the league and 3-4 years later you don't see them no more. No. You don't even talk about them no more. Don't hear about them. You thought they was gonna run the league and they got their little check though. They got their little. You feel me? And they be gone.
Ben Simmons. Simmons. Boom and then.
Yeah, that's how it be, bro. That's just how it be, and that's just how this music game be. It's how it be. It's up to you as an artist to develop, like a movement. Yeah. A movement is what it takes. Right. And if you look at every artist that's right now that did 20 years, you can picture their movement. Yeah. Sure. You can see it.
What would you say a younger artist would need in order to make it that way? Like, as far as the team goes.
What would they need? Yeah. To make it like what? So I never made it to the pros. Not that I even tried. I never even walked into a record company and talked to a record label. I've been invited to them. Like I've never walked into a label once to go talk about signing a deal. So I can't even tell you what it take to make it on that level. I
on the independent level, as far as like a team goes. I mean, of course, you got your manager, and
I ain't gonna lie though, bro. So. I had all that shit. Every manager I always had was always my homeboys. We come from the streets, so we always and sometimes it work and sometimes it don't work. Right. Me, unfortunately, my manager ended up catching the case. So when he went down, me personally, I turned into my own manager because my manager at the time, he rocked with me. We went everywhere. It's hard to keep up with me. So in order for somebody really to be in control of my business, they got to pretty much be with me because I'm not the type of person that can call. I don't be on the phone all the time. I don't do all this shit. So me, myself, personally, like I literally manage myself. And I got shows. I got all type of shit going on. But that's just me. So I learned how to take control of my career. A lot of people sit back and they have other people take control and they need something. A lot of people need that. Me, myself, I didn't need it. It was helpful at the time. And a lot of artists do. They should have it. They should have it. But me, like I said, I'm not a rapper. So I do a lot of things out the box that rappers don't even do. But what is important is a good team around you, bro. That is definitely important. If to have somebody or at least one good person around you that's got your interest, your best interest, um, forward. So if you don't got that, then you running a hard course because if you look at any artist, you look at anybody in this game, or they got somebody next to them.
Right.
And a lot of times management is very important. Like I don't do a lot of stuff that I should do. I don't do all the promotions and I don't do all the, these days they do everything. They buying views, they doing a lot of stuff that works for people. You could trick the system and come up these days.
Right.
I'm not hecka internet savvy. So it would take for the young dudes coming up right now, which the internet can blow you up overnight. I would suggest them get that kind of team. Get a team that know how to work with that social media.
How to work the internet.
You feel me? Get a manager that know how to manage an artist and know how to work that social media. Because that social media is everything right now with blowing. Like it's everything with blowing up as an artist. All these artists is blowing up right now. They're not blowing up because they heard a song and then it's just that social media is everything, bro. These TikTokers doing a dance to your song or throw you into the millennium.
Yeah.
So it's a different ball game. Facts is, bro, it's not even about talent no more. You could be a gimmick and blow up in the music game today. So it's a free lane for anybody now. Anybody can do music now. It's just a matter of what you do. Some gonna be better than others, but it's been proven that you don't have to be the best artist to be the biggest artist. Let's just say that.
Big facts.
That's kind of like what you spoke about with Mac Dre. You know what I'm saying? Like he went to prison. He was this hard rapper and whatnot. He came out. He's like, hey man, I'm popping pills, I'm fizzing, and then look at him now.
Yeah, I'm having a party. I'm having a party now. He went to party music. You listen to all his music after prison. It was all about party and having fun. He was a rock star. He turned into a real rock star. He dressed like a rock star, act like a rock star, bro. That was what he was on.
Let me ask this, man. You come to the town quite often. Who around here on the I don't want to say local level, but the street level, I guess you could say, artists who around here do you listen to or do you try to tap in with?
Of course, off the top it's the big dog, man. Me and Rich the Factor, man, me and him been doing this for 20 years. That's my brother. So, matter of fact, we just dropped our third album together, Street Ballin' 3. We just dropped that like last week.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Mr. Factor. That's the mayor around here. So that's like I said, that's my bro. And I've got songs with several rappers out here. And if I start saying names, people gonna get he forgot me, he left me out. But I'm gonna shout out KC Young Boss right now because I just came from his show and watched him get down. That's little bro. You feel me? I just watched him do his thing, man. He hot right now in the city. But it's a list. It's a list out here. So I'm not going to even. I feel it. It's a list. Yeah, I deal with I got songs with a whole lot of people in KC, man. And shout out all of them, bro, because we've been rocking for years. And you can look at the list. It's pretty much a dynasty of rappers out here that I got songs with on both sides, from Wichita all the way down.
Man, we gotta get you with somebody at Topeka, man. We got some killers out there.
I got a song with see, I got Topeka song.
Yeah,
I got Top City. I done been to Top City several times. I did all that. Matter of fact, so me and Filthy had a song. An album came out in 2011, and this was before T-Real. Anybody even know who T-Real was like that? He was young, hustling, and trying to get on his thing. And we put him on the song way back then. He put him in 2011. And that's still my bro. I remember he just jumped in. I think it was MySpace or something might have been. Or it might have been one of the social. It might have been Instagram. But he got in my inbox like, man, Dres, I want to do a hook for you. And woo. I didn't even know who he was. He did the hook for me, sent it to me. We tapped in. It's called Pimp Shit. Okay. I be on some pimp shit. I be on some. It's on me. Yeah, it's on me.
I remember that. I remember that.
That was T-Real in 2011. Nobody even knew who the hell he was.
Yeah.
Top City.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out, man. Shout out T-Ray. He just opened up his lounge in the city, man. Shout out to him.
He just called me too and told me he need to get me down there.
Oh, yeah.
Just called me like yesterday. That's my bro. That's
Yeah,
my bro. I did his birthday party.
I remember that. I was there, man.
Yeah,
I was working that one, man.
Yeah.
We gonna come up to a little bit more recent times, man. You've been in the headlines a lot over the past couple months, man.
Oh yeah, I stayed for some bullshit.
A guy that I really want to interview because I want to pick his brain so bad, man. Whack 100. Yeah, y'all had some words, man. You went on No Jumper and explained your side of the story and everything, man. What really went down with you two, man?
CS2 back. So it's crazy, right? So this how I started. I'm gonna just tell you how I started. Okay. So Wack was on a campaign for Blue Da Vinci, right?
Yeah.
So they was online on Clubhouse talking about Blue Da Vinci, right? And I sat back and watched. I know Blue. Me and Blue was like brothers. I moved with the BMF family real tough for some years.
Right.
So Blue started doing interviews. Out of nowhere, Blue started doing interviews because the BMF series was out. It had just came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, everybody was trying to figure out why Blue wasn't involved with the series and everything. So he was doing his little interviews about his situation with the mob. So during his interview, one of the dudes from New York or something was one of them interviews. I forget what it was, Capone TV or something. Somebody, they had asked Blue. So Blue, how did the rumor come out? You being a snitch. He said, well, that came from Big Meech. He said Big Meech called JDiggs and he told JDiggs that I was a rat because he thought blah, 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 this. He started telling his story. He thought that Meech thought he was a rat behind this whole limousine situation that happened with them, right? That's a whole nother story.
Right.
So he was telling the story. So when he was telling the story, so he was kind of disrespectful when he said he might have called me a bitch or something. Meech told Diggs bitch ass or something. He said something slick that he was supposed to be a rat. So when he did this and I seen the interview, I say hold on, we're gonna correct it. So the Clubhouse news had got at me about the interview that Blue had did where he spoke on me. So I went on there and I told him, the whole story about the phone call with Meech and what Meech said and how he felt about Blue and all that. So I did that. And then I said that one of the things that Meech was tripping on was that Blue went and debriefed. So debriefing in federal government is when you go sit down, you take a deal. And when you take this particular deal, you have to go sit down with the government and they ask you a series of questions. And if you answer them questions correctly, they'll go back to the judge and say, Judge, we feel he answered them correctly and go ahead and give him the deal that he signed for. Okay. So when you debrief them series of questions, it's going to be, or what crew you in, or who ran your crew, and what was you in the crew, and blah, 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 and who did this, and So that's debriefing. That's why it's called debriefing. You're telling about your whole crew and everything. So that was one of the things that Meech was tripping on about Blue. Blue when he debriefed. That was part of the deal that he had took. So when I was telling the dudes on Clubhouse, I say, I heard Wack campaigning for him. I say, Wack is a smart man. I said, Wack feel that Blue didn't do anything. I said, tell Wack to ask Blue for his debriefing paperwork. He can get that from his lawyer. Let's see what he said in that debriefing room when the feds came and sat down with him.
Yeah.
Okay. So a couple days later, Wack was on Clubhouse and somebody on the Clubhouse show say, Wack, hey, you heard the JDiggs interview? JDiggs? Who is JDiggs? Oh yeah. He said something about Blue and man, fuck JDiggs. Woo, 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 man, fuck JDiggs, mama. And he just went all the way in on me, bro. Didn't even ask no real questions or what I said. And I said it real respectful. I said, Wack is a smart man. If he wanted to know if Blue told or not, but he didn't care about that. So he went all the way in on me and said all this shit about me, my mama, and what he gonna do to me if he see me and all the shit, right? So the day that happened, had happened to be the anniversary of my son's passing. It's my oldest son. So on that particular day, like I don't deal with nobody. Like that's my son day. Me and him smoke. I break away from everybody. You know,
Yeah.
that people, my family know not to even call my phone that day. But that day, everybody was sending me this video of him. And and after that, at the end of the interview, he went on his Instagram and he put a post. He put a word on the street is JDiggs is married to a man, right? So he did all it, like put it on his Instagram, 400,000 followers, all this, man. Like just went in on me out of nowhere, bro, from a motherfucker saying that Diggs said something about the blue shit. So I didn't address it that first day. I waited to the very next day after my son's death day, and I addressed it. I said, you said what you said. Me and you, we got to see each other. Like, he said he's gonna punch on me. Said everything he said. So I was like, let's just handle this like men. You feel me?
Right.
You want to punch on me? I seen you fight. You like to fight too. I said, let's do it. So, I had people ready to put up money with everything, bro. Let's make this happen. Like I wasn't trying to do no whole bunch of back and forth internet and that. But he steady went on. Then a couple weeks later, he said, Diggs, he said I killed Mac Dre. He said I had my son killed for insurance money. He just went, he was just doing anything he can, hoping that he can wreck my image.
Right.
But then he found out that that wasn't working, and I'm not the one to play like that. Then he kind of started trying to backtrack. They asked him a couple weeks ago, and you probably could pull this up. You can pull this up. They asked him a couple weeks ago. It's on YouTube. They said one of the dudes asked him on the Clubhouse. They said, "Whack, if there's one thing that you could take back out of all the stuff that you said on Clubhouse, what would it be?" And he said, if it was one thing I could take back, he said it would be the JDiggs shit. The shit I said with Diggs. He said, because I jumped the gun and I didn't ask no questions and somebody came in here and said, woo, woo. But if you hear the interview, it was on him. Like whatever, he really jumped the gun. But whatever the case may be, he said what he had said. And then he said that too. He said, it's up now. It is what it is now. But if I could take something back, it would be that. Instead of saying, hey, you know what, Diggs? You know what? I fucked up. I apologize. I said some shit that I didn't mean. Feel me? Whoop. I didn't know he could have did that, but he didn't do that. He like, man, even though I blew it and I jumped the gun, it is what it is. So it is what it is. Like I done had dudes get at him about a real bag. Like, let's set it up.
Yeah.
He don't want to see it. I'm like, so, it is what it is. I'm like, we gonna bump into each other one day. I'm just trying to keep it on some man-to-man shit. I ain't saying these young kids, they be talking about drilling and killing, I ain't trying to. None of that, man. Let's do some man-to-man and let's get it over with like that. Let's punch on each other. Yeah. That's all.
Do you think that it could go back to, I don't want to say go back to normal or whatnot, but I mean, after y'all have y'all conversation or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Y'all handle that. You think everything can be cool and copacetic and y'all can go out there, get a bag together, or it is what it is?
Face to face like a man and we do it.
Okay.
But if I gotta see him in the street and I gotta go get at him and punch on him, then it's a whole different type of situation. I'm trying to do it like some man. Like, you done already went all over the internet with it. You always talking about all these other dudes, who you'll punch on when you see him, what you gonna do, or meet me here and meet me there. Like, meet me. That's all I ask for. Meet me. I just want to embarrass him. That's all I want to do. I just want to embarrass him. Pierce,
Man.
Period.
Man, bring him to the city, man. Bring him to the city, man. Whack, come out here to the city, man. We need that out here. We need entertainment out here, man. Man, okay. That shit was just the most random shit.
Man, he's a real clown, bro.
Man.
Like that's really clown, man. For a man, and then so he uses his platform to do this clown shit.
Yeah,
you feel me? Like you got, and a lot of people that listen to him, they listen to him just cause he's a clown. Like they just want to hear what clown shit you gonna say today.
Yeah,
you feel me? I get thousands of people with me in my inbox. Man, look at this clown. Look, I can't even get in. I'm like, man, every time he do something, man, Diz, get him, man. We tired of him. Like I'm like, man, I can't do nothing about dude. He didn't, but he over the limit with it.
So you going on No Jumper talking to Adam 22 about the situation.
Where he said I couldn't come to.
He did say
where
that.
He said I wasn't gonna go to.
Yeah.
Where I went to and tagged him and told him I was there and was there for 3 hours.
Man, I watched that whole interview. That shit was long as hell. I was just cruising around the town listening to that shit. talking to Adam 22 about the situation, did that help anything, hurt anything? Was he trying to set it up for y'all? Or like
Bro, he totally ignored that he even seen that. And that's his whole thing, bro. He's gonna ignore me and try to hope I go away. But I'm like the boogeyman. I don't go away. Like I might be quiet for a minute, but I don't go away, bro. Like we gotta see each other. The things that man said about me, bro, is unfixable, bro. Like until we fix it.
right.
we gotta fix that, like just on some man to man shit, like for real, like yeah, like he really put that out in the air, bro. He really went on the internet and he said that, man, and it's like, bro, the man said I had my child killed for insurance money, bro.
Yeah, that's how.
Like you have no idea, bro.
Family.
Yeah, you have no idea, bro.
Him as a father, just
bro, you obviously don't even know the history, or even what happened to my son for you to even play with me like that.
Yeah.
So it like I said, it is what it is. You know, I could be on the internet doing this every day and getting thousands of views, but I don't. I'll just do it moving and like I be everywhere. Anybody know me, man? I'm in everybody's city. I pop up at every event, everywhere. We gonna see each other and we gonna be men.
You made a record shortly after that, man.
3 Finger Whack.
3 Finger Whack, man.
Yeah,
Talk about that
funny.
record, man.
That was fun. I having fun
Talk
with it,
about
man.
that record, man.
That was fun. That was literally inspired by one of his ex-females. You know how females do. Females, they don't play. They cutthroat.
Yeah.
First thing they gonna do is go get with your enemy when they finish with you.
Right.
Yeah, so one of his little ex bitches, man, she got in my inbox and she gave me some insight. And well, she already had put it out there, but it was funny. She told me the whole little story about how he get down and her experience with it. So I took it. I renamed him 3 Finger Whack when I found out the story. She was playing all in his backside, and this one the time he was naked on Clubhouse, and she released the pictures of him, and she was the one who did all that shit.
Oh, this the same young lady.
Yeah, same young lady.
Oh man,
yeah.
I ain't know all that.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah. So
Man.
so when she gave me the story, I just had fun with it. I had fun with it, man. And I just and I was just being disrespectful. I was just trying to be disrespectful as fuck. I was being as disrespectful as possible. I wanted him to take that song and say, "Oh yeah, I want to fight." I wanted him to say that. Like, come on, like, yeah, that was enough for her to say, "Okay, I need to see this man." But
do you think that he will ever pull up on you and get down, or it's gonna be something that where y'all just see each other randomly and y'all gonna have to get down?
It's probably gonna have to be random, but I'm gonna keep being disrespectful until we run into each other. Yeah, bro. I'm not letting it die. I ain't just spending no hella time on him, but it's always gonna be until we eye to eye. We both in this industry, man, and I'm just like, it's good.
Man, for someone who constantly is trying to someone who's constantly trying to set up something for somebody to get down, constantly talking about the gang politics in LA and this, that, and the third, talking about how people need to meet up and do this and that, for him to not
number one runner.
You know what I'm saying, man?
And yeah, he got his politics all backwards. And then I just found out, they dropped a documentary, though. I just found out that he's a rat. So, and that's another reason why I think he don't want to play with me, because he know that how I feel about and how I get on rats and how I expose them. Yeah,
hold up. You just said Whack 100's a rat.
I didn't say it. They said it. The paperwork said. The people said. The YouTube interview said. All that said, bro. They got the whole breakdown going. They got the whole story breakdown on YouTube about Whack 100 being a rat. His CS back. That's what they call him in the paperwork. And y'all go look at the information for yourself, man. He got his the dude, his own co-defendant said he told. So yeah, he's a rat, bro. He's a rat.
You a rat if your co-defendant say you told.
Man,
you a rat.
Man, Stutterbox. Look up his co-defendant. Stutterbox told. You told. Yeah, that's his name. I can't make this up. What thing is I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna get up here and make it up.
If you know anything about that shit, man, if your co-defendant said that you told, you told.
So you can go do your research for yourself, and you see what I'm talking about, man.
We going to look that
They
one up.
tell a
That's
whole
crazy.
story. Yeah, they got a whole story. Main Street Crips. Yeah, ask about that case. Go look up that case. Whack 100, Main Street Crip, Wax an informant. CS back. Yeah. Y'all
Man,
heard
I got
that?
some homework to do, man.
Yeah.
Man, I got some homework to do,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Oh man. All right, we ain't got too much time left here. What's next for Diggs doing moving, man?
Oh man, it's so much. So like I said, me and Scratch the Scratch, Rich the Factor, shout out Kansas City Finest. We just dropped Street Ballin' 3 album. That's our third album. We did the first one in 2009. This is the third one. Man, me and Styling album will be out before this interview. So it's out right now.
Man.
It's out right now. Me and Styling album. So y'all can go pick me and Jay Styling. The 10th letter. What's the 10th letter of the alphabet?
What is G? G. It's gotta be G.
No, that's 7.
That is 7. Yeah, it is a 7.
It's J. JDiggs, Jay Styling, 10th letter.
That makes sense.
And 10 is also significant in both our lives. Like he from 10th Street. I was born on the 10th day of the year. 10 kids. It's 10 years in prison. So many 10s in my life. That's my favorite number. So yeah, the 10th letter. So yeah, that's in stores right now. So y'all pick that up. You feel me? I'm in Hawaii right now. Anybody come to Hawaii, man? I got all the rentals. I got all the toys. You want to play on some jet skis? You want a slingshot? You feel me? You want some good food? It's Catfish Corner, Hawaii. Right in front of the top strip club. Right in front of the top strip club in all of Hawaii. Yeah, it's Catfish Corner, Honolulu, Hawaii, man. So my kids run that truck. So I own that truck there. And that's where I live at right now. That's my other home. I live in California. I live in Hawaii too. So I'm back and forth there. So I got a barbershop in California. Yeah, real nice upper scale barbershop. It's called Fetties by Gifted. Gifted is my brand. So if you ever see Gifted, that's my brand. That's what's across my neck, right? Gifted. That's got it from the dirt. So all my businesses, I got Gifted Records now. Everything is Gifted. You feel me? I'm still Thiz Nation, but Gifted is mine. Thiz Nation belongs to Mac Dre mom. So, but Gifted is that's my brand. That's my logo. That's my label.
And how did you end up in Hawaii, man? That's the most random.
That's a whole nother story. If you want that story, I can give you that story. But that's a story. It's a story within itself.
You came from the Bay,
yeah,
and you did a little time in Vegas, right?
Yeah. So
out here in the city.
So I'm gonna give you the Hawaii story real quick, okay? So in when I first came home, and then in 2002, the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. So my mom had actually shout out my mom. She had actually set up a show for Dre in Hawaii. She had set it up for Dre, Doobie, Yuck Mouth, Bila, everybody for the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. Me, I was on the show. We was all on the show. Well, ironically, the morning of the show, the morning we was flying out, I ended up going, I was on federal probation at the time, so I had to get permission to leave.
Right.
But I ended up going to the airport, and after going through security, getting ready to fly out, I went to jail. Dre and them still fly over, and they do the show and everything, right? So mine, here, I went to jail. So I didn't make it over to Hawaii the first time, right? My mama over there, Dre, everybody over there. I didn't make it, okay? Now let's fast forward to 2009, okay? I'm about to take my second try to go over to Hawaii. I go through security, waiting to get on the plane. Some police officers come over, ask me my name, check my ID. I had a warrant, a petty warrant at that, a traffic warrant. I go to jail for the second time at the airport, trying to go to Hawaii. I'm giving y'all the speedy version, okay?
Right.
Okay, so I get out of jail the next day. I fly over to Hawaii. I end up flying over to Hawaii. I took 10 people to Hawaii. At the time, this was prior when I used to be a pimp. Took 7 of my bitches over there, 3 of my partners over there. We went over there, had a blast, shot a video, Listen to Me Baby, a song that I got with Boy Big from Kansas.
Yeah.
So I went over there and shot this video over there, me and my girls and my dudes, and I ended up getting into a brawl with some security from a club in the middle of the street, Kuhio, in Hawaii. Well, after that brawl, I was charged with attempted murder and and assault, which ended up getting dropped down to assault and terrorist threats. Me and two of my partners, and I ended up stuck out there on probation. So once I ended up on probation out there, I ended up getting a place out there, and I was like, Hawaii owes me now. Now, mind you, 3 times. The first 3 times I ever went across or tried to go to Hawaii. The first 2 times I went to jail. The third time I made it over there, I went to jail.
Yeah.
And caught a whole case and ended up on probation. Some was trying to, shit was like Gilligan Island. Some was trying to tell me, like, bro, don't take no.
Stay over here, man.
Right there.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, yeah. So, and I actually tell the story, and all everything that I basically told y'all is in my book too. I got a book out right now. It's called Soul of a Gangster. It's really my life story. It's actually right now we got a series that's being pitched, Marshawn Lynch, and I got a whole movement behind me pitching my series. Yeah, JDiggs. It's a whole movement, bro. So
Where can we get that book?
oh, it's everywhere. Anywhere online, anywhere that you can buy a book, Amazon, anywhere you can order. It'd be in a few days. Yep. Soul of a Gangster, JDiggs. It's on all platforms, and it's a soundtrack to the book. You feel me? And if you ever heard the rompographies and I break them story, all that's in the book, the long side. You know what I mean? Like this story right here, I gave you the whole story. And it leaks into another story, and it's a prison favorite. That's all the penitentiaries across the country. They passing it around, and I'm actually finna go back on tour as soon as they announced it, the official shit with the series. As soon as they announced that the series is official with we just working on a network. We got 3 networks, 3 major networks. We basically ping ponging to see who we gonna decide to go with. As soon as it's official, then I'm going back on tour with the book and everything. Yeah, it's a move.
Man, well, there you have, man. Shit, we got a lot of information, man. Shit.
We got one question real quick. I don't mean to interrupt, but the thing is, we do this with everybody on the pod, bro. But it's kind of like I took it off of All the Smoke. But who would you want to be on the couch, bro?
On which couch?
The What They Want podcast.
Who would you recommend bringing in next?
Who I would recommend you guys bring in?
Sure.
The mayor of Kansas City, man, Rich the Factor, man.
Now, if you say that, you gotta help us get it.
I'll do what I can. That's my bro. I'll definitely tell him. I had a good time. I got good hospitality. I just left him. I just left Rich on my way here. Like I say, we was just over there messing with KC Young Boss at his little show. Just left him, so I'm finna go pull back up on him at the studio. I definitely let him know y'all trying to tap in.
Oh yeah,
man, we definitely
need that.
No, it's all up. It's all up. We out there shooting.
Well, there you have it, man. JDiggs, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Appreciate you having me.
What They Want podcast. DJ Royal, Snow, JDiggs. Till next time.
Love.
Yes.
I'ma give them what they want. She gon' give me what I want. I'ma give them what they want.